going fast.
Yeah, how is the school year going? Are things going well so far?
So far, so good. Yeah, it's been we did some renovations in the high school,
Mm-hmm.
and it was very well received. It really looks nice. So I think the kids have been excited about that. We have the middle school over here now and the high school, and
Mm-hmm.
just a lot of different things going on, and it's been a really good start.
Has the renovations been kind of the highlight of the year to this point? Just the reaction, the kind of just the fun of the newness of it, or has there been other highlights to the year so far?
I I think that's been a highlight. I think it's the lighting is brighter because we went to LED lighting in the high school, and just the overall look. It looks cleaner and nicer, more organized. It was a great project, and it got it done everything we wanted to get done, and I think the kids have been responsive to that. And now, I mean, it's putting we got to really look at working at the elementary building next, because now that we have this looking so good, we want to kind of look at what our options are over there.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll maybe have those discussions as we kind of go along this school year. So glad things are going well to this point. And, Dr. Tresnak, what's going on this week? I know, if I'm not mistaken, you mentioned to me before we got started, you had some things coming up this week. Is there anything on the calendar or this, the week ahead, I guess, next week as well?
Sure.
We catch up on a Thursday. How about those things?
Well, we had parent conferences last night and tonight, and then part of that is we'll have our Fall Fest. That will be tonight, and that's where we do a bunch of different activities with our elementary kids from about 5 to 7. So that's always an exciting time, and then that leads to, for our kids anyhow, they're going to have a 5-day weekend because we bank the parent-teacher conference time, and so they'll have tomorrow off and then Columbus Day off on Monday, and then Tuesday we have an all-day in-service with our teacher. So it's a nice little break for our kids. And then we're looking at, on October 24th, Thursday 24th, we're going to be doing a career fair here at the high school, and we're going to have some students actually here from Cerro Gordo, Blue Ridge, and BMENT potentially coming into that. And it's going to really have a focus on the trades area, and we're going to have a lot of different trades, carpenters, iron workers, road construction, roofers, electricians, sheet metal workers, bricklayers, police, fire, EMT, all those different groups are going to be here, either in our gym or out in the parking lot, just various things, and let the kids really experience what those trades are all about. We might even be looking at a trip out to one of the local wind farms that are being built to show all the various trades that are involved with that, but just trying to give our kids, especially our juniors and seniors, a view of what's available to them in that realm, because as you've probably heard, there's a shortage out there of workers in the trades, and we want to try to develop that and show kids that there is a lot of opportunity there. And we've been trying to update our programming here with our ag program and other things to provide those opportunities to our kids.
Yeah, that's the trades. Golly, their message can't be told enough. They are. It's not only a current shortage, but if they don't get some workers in those industries, they're really going to be hurting from everything I've seen and the way folks are talking. Just kind of looking even 10, 20 years down the road. That it is a prime time to jump into some of those things and make some excellent money.
Right, and so we started working, with these different organizations, and and that's what we were hearing is like, we want to get out there, we want to be able to talk to the kids, and we want to show them what they can do, and I think the bigger piece here is kids can get into these areas and get a sustainable salary, get a sustainable amount of money in pay, and be able to support a family. And that can't be talked about enough. And so we're trying to just show them what that path is and how to get into that path. We've had a connection with Heartland Academy, which is at Richland College. That's our vocational side of the house, and we have a number of kids that go to that program. We're just trying to show kids that, hey, there's a lot of different opportunities out there, more so than we probably have seen in the last 20 years. And then you look at with the wind farms coming in and the different trades that they are using, from electricians to welders to people working on concrete, carpentry. I mean, there's so many trades involved there. Also, this was just a great opportunity to get these people together so our kids can experience that, and maybe it leads to some ideas in their heads what their future can be.
No doubt, no doubt. And you talked about the opportunities in your school and kind of adjusting those and making them more available. What have you done in terms of just getting kids introduced to those things? I know the K-12 curriculum, particularly the high school level more than anything, but still that K-12 curriculum can really be a good introductory process and a good introductory piece for them. How are you doing that in your school, Dr. Tresnak?
Well, with the advent of the ag program, which is really has a large umbrella, and with the middle school coming over to the high school now, we're able to show some of this programming to the kids, even starting as early as sixth grade, of just an introduction to that. And our long-term plan is just to kind of be having these different opportunities, at least from an introductory standpoint, here at the high school. And then if they really want to pursue some of those areas, we have the relationship with Heartland Academy. We also have a vibrant family and consumer science program here, so we could get kids involved in seeing what that's all about. So we're continuing to grow and continuing to look at what we need to offer for our kids, especially underneath the ag program. And so it's a work in progress for us. Just trying to figure out what those needs are, but we are really trying to find a way of addressing those needs and giving our kids all these different opportunities. I mean, we're a small school, but we're not letting that hold us back.
Yeah.
We're going to find a way to help our kids. That's what we're about.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like stories like these should be told. I was talking over the summer. I was talking to a football coach here in Central Illinois, and he was telling me about how he had a kid that played football for him, and he was an all-state running back, and was helped them go deep in the playoffs last year, for his football team, and I said, well, what did he end up doing? I mean, did he go to college? What's he doing with himself now? And he said, you know what? He's not doing college. He's not going to play football. He's given it all up. He played another sport. He was exceptional at that sport as well. He said he gave it all up, and he's going to trade school, and he's going to be in the workforce by this time next year. And I feel like stories like that need to be told. Like, just because you had a path that you were successful at in high school doesn't necessarily mean that's what you have to do. Going forward, you can get into the trades. You can be successful there as well. Have that story along with with what you're doing, if that makes sense.
Well, you hear this, and you hear. I mean, I'll use welding as the example. I'm originally from Southern Illinois, and I heard a story. They're going to replace a bridge down in Cairo, Illinois, across the river there, and the number of welders that they're going to need over the next 5 years just to build that bridge is unbelievable. Or you look at when they are working on the different pipelines and the number of welders that they need. You get yourself into welding, and you got a job for life anymore.
Yep. Totally, and it's probably a quick ladder to up the ladder, if that is a quick trip up the ladder, if you will, because they are so short staffed. So yeah, those are stories kids need to hear. Absolutely, 4-year college, while great for some and very worthwhile, is not for everybody, and I think that message needs to get out there. So it sounds like this opportunity not next Thursday, the 24th, then, Dr. Tresnak, is a good one for your kids.
Yeah, we're excited about it. We're excited how it's come together. We even have a company that's going to buy lunch for all of our kids. So we're bringing in lunch for everyone. They're paying for it. That's how excited these companies are to get this access to our kids, to be able to show what they have. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're willing to help us out in many ways.
That's fantastic. So that's the 24th from 9 to noon, you said.
That's correct.
All right, very good, very good. Dr. Tresnak, I look at the clock. I know I told you before we got started today our time's a little short, so we're going to take a break here, come back, and talk some more with Dr. Michael Tresnak, Superintendent of DeLand Weldon Schools, our guest on the phone. More to come on the morning show.
WHOW. Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It is brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Again, my guest on the phone here this morning is DeLand Weldon School Superintendent, Dr. Michael Tresnak. And Dr. Tresnak, I know it's budget time for area schools. How's DeLand Weldon's budget looking here at this point?
I mean, budget-wise, we're looking pretty good. We're in the process now of working on our levy, and this would be payable this coming summer. But we have to have that all turned in to the clerks by December, by the end of December. So we've started working on it. And last night at the board meeting, we did approve a tentative levy, and I actually just posted it to our website. So if anyone wants to look at it. They're going to do to my property taxes. Well, we're looking at right now an EAV increase of between 6 and 7%. So I mean, it all depends on where you live, what county you're in. But probably everyone's looking at the value of their property is going to be going up from this year to next year. So when we calculated out what we were going to do with the levy, it actually is probably going to work out that the rate that we charge or the rate that gets assessed is going to go down. That doesn't mean that the amount of money that we're getting is going down. It just means we're not going to capture 100% of the increase in EAV. We're trying to the board and I talked last night, and I think they're cognizant of inflation. And we know when you look at property taxes, schools are the biggest one on there, and so we're trying to be aware of that. And so at the end of the day, like I said, what we're looking at is a slight rate reduction. Now it'll be 2 years in a row that our rate has gone down slightly from year to next.
So with that, the tax abatement that you're talking about there, Dr. Tresnak, is a lot of schools have been able to do that as wind farms kind of come into their district, obviously providing a lot of relief there. Is this something DeLand Weldon has done in years past? Will this be kind of a new trend for them?
Well, it's hard for me to say at this point because I haven't seen the numbers yet. But yes, we do have wind farms coming in. They're being built right now. My estimate, at least based on what I'm seeing, is that we will start seeing those show up on our equalized assessed valuations next year. So that would be what we would say payable in 26. So that would be the assessments would come out in 20 for the property tax bills in 26. So, depending on how those come in, that's going to leave a lot various options for the school districts. And one option is to actually reduce some of your rates because your EAV is increasing so fast. So there's a lot of different things we're going to be looking at as those come online, and seeing what that does for us.
Very good. When you talk about the budget there, Dr. Tresnak, what is DeLand Weldon School's biggest revenue sources?
Property tax, by far. Our low. This school district is locally supported. We do get a little bit of federal money, we get a little bit of state money, but at the end of the day, the vast majority of our funding is local, and that's why I think there's so much pride in this district, is that people know that they're supporting this district, and and they know how much they're putting into it, and there's some pride in that.
Very good. When it comes to those local dollars, Dr. Tresnak, I know kind of over the years, one thing I've come to learn is local dollars are oftentimes much more reliable than state dollars. Do you still rely on the state at some level, and how consistent are those?
I mean, lately the state dollars have been consistent, but the amount of state dollars that we get is not a lot. I mean, we do get transportation reimbursement. That it has gotten a lot better. It used to be you get, for instance, 4 payments from the state for your transportation, and they would always delay the 4th payment, and you would get it on your next fiscal year if you got it at all. That has not been happening. They have been paying all those payments, so it has been a lot better in the last few years, but there was a time when you just didn't know, and that's why you always try to keep a reserve so that you could make payroll in case the state didn't get you the money that you were expecting.
Sure, very good. Well, Dr. Tresnak, I look at the clock. I've got about a minute and a half left here with you. Was there anything on the budget we didn't touch on you want to put out there for us?
Probably not at this time. Like I said, it is on the. I just put it on our website, so if people want to look at it, they're more than welcome. They're more than welcome to send me an email if they have any questions about it. I'll try to answer it as best I can. But like I said, we're really proud of what we have here.
Very good. Well, Dr. Tresnak, what's kept you busy lately? What's been on your plate here in recent days and weeks?
But probably working on the levy and some of the different financial things. The various conferences. I'm always looking at legal things, trying to keep up on that landscape. So, you never know. Each day is a little different.
Yep, for sure. Very good. Where do folks go to keep up with all things happening in DeLand Weldon schools, Dr. Tresnak?
Either our website or we try to keep things posted on our site on Facebook.
Very good. Well, Dr. Tresnak, always good to talk with you, sir. We'll catch up again soon. That's Superintendent of DeLand Weldon Schools, Dr. Michael Tresnak, our guest on the phone here for this morning. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin insurance agent in